I tried to make a sideways video for a landscape video for the purposes of YouTube, but I just don't like that. I don't like doing that. I really just like doing this. I really just like this vertical straight up and down setup. So I think I'm going to stick with that. It's my preference. So let's just stick with it. So on the topic of world building and storytelling, all we're doing here is telling stories. Experience is a story. It's an outpictured story. You're playing out a story, you're tapping into a story that already exists in the realm of infinite potentiality, infinite possibility, and you're choosing to play it out on the screen of space. You're choosing to play it out within you, but it's appearing to be without you or appearing outside of you. And then what you do is you wear that story like skin. If the story becomes flesh and the word became flesh and it dwelt among us, right? So essentially, you, as the source of all things, are you're presenting yourself as a physical phenomena for you to explore what it's like to be limited, what it's like to be a finite person, what it's like to exist not knowing who you are as just pure being, as pure creative potential. But as we're coming to know ourselves as the source of our experience, we recognize that we have a responsibility to become a darn good storyteller, an excellent, impeccable storyteller. And this is what we're learning to do. But we aren't learning to write a story, so to speak. We are disciplining our focus and allowing ourselves to flow into what our focus has unfolded for us. Damn, okay, that's on. I didn't even know that was going to come out of me. All right. When I speak with others, I can immediately tell where their focus is at, where their awareness is, what story they're aware of, simply just by the things they tell me, by the little micro expressions, the little details that are embedded therein. I can sort of get a feel for it. And I'm telling you, based on the story that you're telling, this is the reality of yourself, the identity that you are going to be experiencing. It's really that simple. So, what kind of story do you want to experience? Take whatever you're experiencing now. Something come to mind? If you could take maybe like 2 or 3 sentences and describe it. This is just an exercise. It's not something that's necessary. It's for fun. Everything's for fun. If you could describe exactly where your awareness is, what story you're telling, what's happening in your life, without filtering it, just naturally, just what comes out first. That is where your awareness is. When someone in the 3D, when someone in your physical environment asks you a question and you get this initial like gut wrench of what to respond, that is where your awareness is. The story that you want to tell. Now, just because you aren't necessarily telling the story that's within your awareness to the outside world, you'll feel it. The story that you continuously tell yourself over and over again is where your awareness is, and it's what you will continue to generate on an endless loop until you choose consciously to place your awareness elsewhere. Until you choose to focus and tap in to an experience, into a different story that you like, that you adore. So, I'll give you an example. This is one of the simplest ones. Everyone always asks, they have 2 things they want to ask me about. They're the biggest 2 things. They're the biggest 2 things. Relationships, money. There are other things too that people, health and all of that, but the majority of the time it's relationships and it's money. If you're coming to me and you're telling me that, and I say I love in the most loving way possible, in a way that is I'm love, okay? Love. I am love. Love toward you, love toward everyone. If you're coming to me and you tell me that someone that you love is not talking to you or it's not working out, that's his story. That's his story. They're not talking to you. It's not working out. That's what you're creating. I had someone comment under my post saying to me that the perfect man came into their life, and that person is low-key obsessed with the guy, right? But he doesn't want to talk to her, and he's just not interested. And I had to just be like, bro, come on. That's a story. That's your story. That's the story you're telling. You just created the perfect story. Number one, I guess probably hunky dude. Number two, you like hunky dude. Number three, I mean you got a few options here. Like one option is like hunky dude likes you, but you've chosen hunky dude doesn't like you. He doesn't want to talk to you. Okay, well that's a really good story. Like I could watch that on TV right now. I bet I could go to a few different channels that have that or whatever. I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, and Belly Conklin was convinced her entire life. She literally started off season one saying, I like Conrad Fisher, but he's never liked me that way though. He's never seen me that way though. Well, you know what? That's the same thing. And it took Belly getting to season three for her to realize, oh wait, Conrad does like me. Wait, I like Conrad. Okay, cool. Now we create the love story because you decided there was a love story there. But as long as you're saying perfect man, like perfect man don't like me, that's what you're generating. But notice, guys, it's the same thing with money. Um, I'm broke. I can't get I can't get a job, or I'm having trouble with this, or I need a raise. I can't find a raise, or I've always been struggling with money. That's the story you're telling. You're telling this story. You're the source of it all. The source of it all is saying that the perfect man doesn't want them and that they're broke. Frick. I just I don't want that story. You don't want that story either. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to learn how to write a better story. We're going to learn how to tap in and keep our attention on what we actually desire. So what you actually desire is perfect guy. By the way, for future reference, the perfection is coming from you. You're the source of your reality. You're the source of the perfection. The perfection in that seemingly outside individual is sourced from you. Okay? So you're perfection itself, and you are looking out into your environment, you see someone you like, of course they like you, you're perfection. Come on. You are the source of all that there is, the source of all abundance. Money is literally, you are money, you always have money, you are always set. You're always taken care of. You gotta tell the story right. You gotta learn how to tell a story that you like. A story that's gonna serve you at least. I know you can do it. I know you can do it.